Today, I put Derrick Rose back in his prime. At one point, Derrick Rose was considered the best point guard in the NBA, as he was the youngest MVP in NBA history. Derrick Rose has always been a fan favorite player, as he can just do everything at a high level on a basketball court. We will be seeing if he can lead the Chicago Bulls back to the playoffs today, and just how good his game would translate to the modern NBA. There's low-key so much depth within this Bull roster. Obviously, with the addition of Derrick Rose, that helps tremendously to this team. He's going to be their franchise leader in this video. I do plan on keeping Coby White and him in the backcourt together. I also threw Mattis in the G League this season just so he would have some more time to develop. So I do plan on starting him at the small forward position next year. Those are three players I know for a fact I'm going to keep this entire video. Outside of that, I don't really know who's going to go. It really just depends what the trades are looking like. Did Derrick Rose not make any All-NBA team? Alright, he didn't, so that's sick. And we also don't have any all-defensive players, but Chicago is back as the first seed in the Eastern Conference. Levine, wow, 19, 5, and 3 assists at the small forward position. Vucevic with 12, 11, a steal, and a block. Derrick Rose at 21 points, 8 assists over a steal, half a block. Shot really well from the field and from 3. Patrick Williams at 13, 4, an assist, a steal, a block, turning into a great 3-and-D player. Coby White, 17, 3, 5, half a steal. Those stats are fantastic. Off the bench, Josh Giddey had 10, 6, 4 assists. Ayo had 9 and a steal. Lonzo had 8, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Then Jalen Smith had 8 and 5. All around, the team played exceptionally well. Pretty much everybody played their role to perfection, so I'm excited to see what we're able to construct with this roster in the offseason, as we do get upset in the first round to the Pistons, so that's unfortunate. The Pistons actually make their way to the finals as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. They're getting smacked by the Thunder 100%. They actually still take 2 games on them. However, the Thunder still come out on top. There are a couple of players I do want on the roster. Pretty much going to try to get them at whatever it takes. I'm assuming he's already out of free agency. No, he's not. I want to try to trade for Jalen Johnson. Unfortunately, he's not here, so we will go ahead and try to trade for Sabonis, who can be our starting center. If we give them Vucevic, we give them Zach LaVine, another scorer. We can give them we're keeping Mattis. I drafted Isaiah Evans, so we can give them. He's a young player. I want to keep Josh Giddey, Ayo, Lonzo. We can give them Patrick Williams because I don't know how we're going to be able to get this trade done. And then we'll throw in like a first round pick. I figured that wasn't going to be enough. I think we're just going to have to throw in Giddey in this trade package. And the Sacramento Kings do agree to that trade. Now, where is Jalen Johnson? So he's still in free agency, which sucks. Can the Hawks just extend this man? Oh my gosh, wait, I can just give him a contract here. That means, okay, never mind. He's like the best available by far. We're going to lob him a contract, and the Hawks matched it, which I'm not worried about because that does get him out of the free agency period. And now we can try to trade for him. He's an 4 overall right now, something around that area. I would love to have him paired with Mattis. We're going to have to get rid of all of our depth pretty much here. I would like to keep Jalen Smith off the bench. I think he's a great big to have. So, let's see. I think that's fine. We'll throw in a first round pick. And okay, the Hawks do agree. Let's move Mattis to the small forward position. So we have him, Jalen Johnson, Coby White, Sabonis, and Derrick Rose in the starting lineup. Off the bench, we do have Jalen Smith, who can play the 4 or the 5. So we do need to get a better bench. But we also, I'm pretty sure I can sign anybody aside from Jimmy Butler. But if I freed up some money, I could definitely sign Jimmy on the team. The issue with that is, where would he even go on the lineup? I'm pretty sure just he would take Coby's White spot, and then Coby White would come off our bench. So let's just fill out the bench with players I want. Marco Fultz is actually still in free agency right now. A team is just not picking him up. I think he's fantastic. He's definitely finding his role in the league. So we'll pick him up. We'll pair him next to, I like the idea of Corey Kispert. Let's pair him next to Corey Kispert for the shooting off the bench. And then we can sign another player. I like the idea of Drummond as well. I would like more of a wing. Ricky Council played phenomenal in the Summer League this season, so let's give him a 1-year deal and just hope that pans out. So now we have Derrick Rose, Marco Fultz, Coby White, Corey Kispert, Ricky Council, Mattis, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Smith, and Sabonis. And there we go. In just one off season, we were able to turn this Bulls franchise around. I like the additions that we have on the team. Ricky Council, I just checked his stats, and he definitely didn't play as well as I was hoping, but we only signed him on a 1-year deal, so we can potentially let him walk if I want to do that. Josh Giddey actually just won 6 Man of the Year on the Kings after we traded him. And it's looking like Sabonis is our only all-NBA player, I should say. So that's interesting. Once again, we're back as the first seed. Okay, is there no play-in? Anyway, Sabonis did average 18, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, almost a steal, half a block, just the perfect big man to add. Derrick Rose had 22, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and over a steal. Jalen Johnson did everything, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Felt like we got him for pretty cheap as well. Coby White almost up to 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. Then Mattis had 10, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Once again, just another forward doing a little bit of everything. Off the bench, Corey Kispert had 11 points. Jalen Smith had 8 and 6 rebounds. Ricky Council had 4, 3, and 1. And then Markelle Fultz had 10, 2, and 3. He also averaged a steal. So all around the team really played perfect together, and I feel like we're gonna have a lot of more playoff success this year than we did last year, as we actually almost got upset in the first round once again. And we are playing the Pistons. However, this time they are the 2nd seed, so we're just gonna take this game by game because they did beat us last year in the first round when they were the 8th seed. As it is tied up at 2-2, we go up 3-2, and we have a 7-game series on our hands against the Pistons. I can't believe this team is actually giving us a run for our money right now. I feel like our roster is stacked and there aren't many flaws within it aside from maybe our bench wing position. Okay, we blew them out there as Sabonis wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. You just averaged a 23-point double-double. That's disgusting. And we do have the Thunder in the finals who did win last season. They're starting Jeremy Grant next to Chet. They like always end up with him in rebuilds. I really don't know how it happens. I cannot wait for 2K25 just because teams will be getting new players on their roster. As we're up 3-0, and we win our first championship of the video. Derrick Rose does win Finals MVP. Averaged 22 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, over a steal, and half a block. Guys, we got the GOAT back in the draft. Ellis Harrington is back on the team. We're definitely going to move him to that bench shooting guard position, which means I can trade Corey Kispert, which is kind of fine because I do need to get a wing. I could always run him at the bench 3, but literally I have to run Ellis Harrington. All right, he's the GOAT. Every time I get him, he goes crazy, and that happened a whole one time, but I feel like I have to take him every chance I get. We're just going to get Obi Toppin here to round out our bench. Can he play the small forward position? Sure, we're going to run him there. So now we have Derrick Rose, Markelle Fultz, Coby White, Ellis Harrington, Obi Toppin, Mattis, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Smith, and Sabonis. I'm at a loss of words right now. We are so bad. I don't understand how this just happened. We're literally running it back last season, except we changed Ricky Council for Ellis Harrington, who's literally playing fantastic. Once again, we're literally 40 and 40. We are the middest team ever. We just finished with a record of 41 and 41, despite being NBA champions last year with this roster. We're the 8th seed, so we somehow still made the playoffs. But literally, we're running Derrick Rose, Coby White, Mattis, Jalen Johnson, Sabonis. They all played great. Derrick Rose had 23, 4, 8 over a steal. Coby White had 19, 3, and 5. Mattis had 12, 7, 4, a steal, and a block. Jalen Johnson had 15, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, over a steal, over a block. Sabonis had 16, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal, half a block. Off the bench, Jalen Smith had 7 and 6. Obi Toppin, I forgot we even added him. He was an upgrade, averaged 8 points, 3 rebounds. Ellis Harrington with 9, 4 assists. And then Markelle Fultz had 8, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. So I don't really understand what happened here. The only other thing is we changed up coaches, but the coaches we had this year was better. Yeah, we get eliminated in the first round, which is no surprise at all. We do have a Pacers Thunder final, as the Thunder do come out on top once again to win 2 championships. Derrick Rose was still able to win us a championship this video. Like I said, I don't know what happened with this team this season. I would honestly run it back again. The roster is completely fine in my opinion. I don't know what I would change because I feel like there weren't many issues with it. Throughout his career, Derrick Rose did average 22 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and over a steal. In the video, shot 55% from the field, almost 40% from the 3-point every season. He didn't make any All-NBA teams, but he did end up getting a Finals MVP as well as a championship. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you all with the next video.